Hello everyone. Welcome to another live stream. My name is Christina and we're going to be doing a little bit of mail art tonight, specifically with this stencil from Simon Says Stamp. This is the Happy Rainbow stencil. There's a story behind this stencil that I'm going to tell you right now. So back in, I think it was March or maybe the end of February actually, I made an envelope for my Supporter Plus community here at YouTube where on the envelope, it was a big rainbow like this. And then I put Molly Trailer. I think I saw her in the chat, maybe. I'm not entirely sure. I put Molly's name on it and her address, and then I mailed it off to her. And I loved that envelope so much that I immediately decided it needed to be a stencil. So that's where this design for this stencil came from. And I thought that I would make another envelope using the stencil tonight. I've picked out like similar colors to what's on the back of the packaging. So that's going to help me kind of pick out like the rainbow colors that I want to use. So let's get going here. And I have to apologize for the fan noise. It is hot, y'all. It's summer. It's hot. I've got a fan going. So I've already created an envelope using my We Are Memory Keepers 123 punch board. I've made it for an A2 card, and I'm actually going to go ahead and assemble this right now because for the stenciling, I want to know exactly what is going to show. So I've just got some tape here. I believe this tape is from Lawn Fawn. I could be totally wrong. Okay. Peel off the release paper on these two sides and then put that down. I'm going to grab a bone folder and just reinforce the fold here so they're really nice and flat. And here we are. Here's our envelope. For my stenciling today, I think, okay, so here we are. You've got like 3 stencils with the rainbow on it, and then you have one with details. I don't know that I'm going to do the details tonight because I want to leave a lot of space open for the address on the envelope, but so I'm just going to set that aside. And I don't think I labeled these, but you can kind of hold them up and kind of see where they go. And also on the back of the packaging, there's kind of a guide here. So you can see, oh yeah, that's the top color. Then you can do the teal and then the dark purple. So I'm going to be referencing this as I do my stenciling as well. It'll just make things a little bit easier. I'm going to use my big grip mat from Waffle Flower. The stencils are huge. They're 6 by 9. I think that was a new size for Simon, and I picked that size so that you could do a whole half sheet of letter size paper if you wanted to, or a 5 by 7 envelope, because you can't really do those just on 6 by 6 stencils. Okay, making sure my flap is right there, and that's just going to hold my envelope in place. Okay, so I'm going to look at the stencils, and which is the one that's the top one? It's this one. In fact, you know what? I have a marker here. I'm just going to label them. I don't know why I didn't label it when I designed this. There's 1. This one is 3. Okay. So basically, I want to get this centered right at the bottom of my envelope. So we're probably not going to have like this color up here. I want it to be a pink, but I do really love pink. So I might swap those. Nah, we won't. We'll just go with the plan. Okay, first color is Sweets. And I'm just going to kind of hold this down. By the way, this envelope was made using Neenah Solar White 80-pound cardstock. I wanted it to be a nice, like some nice cardstock that I normally use. So that's why I decided to make my own envelope, because the Neenah Solar White just takes ink so much better. You know what I'm saying? So, of according to this, I'll then do the teal color. And when I designed the stencil set, I purposely put the bands of the rainbow far enough apart so you can use, you don't have to clean your stencil in between colors. I'm now using Tropic, so I'll just come right in here. I'll just use my fingertips to kind of hold that down. Looks like this ink pad could probably use a re-inker, but it's a little too late. In fact, you know what? I need to just have a spa day in my craft room and just re-ink all of my ink pads, whether they need it or not. Just give them a little bit of juice, and I bet it would do them some good. I definitely need to do that with my oxides. Okay, this one down here, according to my little guide here, would be the darker purple that I've selected. I'm taking the color Orchid. I'll just ink blend this up. I did see someone online, I do not recall who it was, who used these stencils without all of the layers. And so they had bands like this with gaps in between. I thought that was so cute. Okay. I can lift up this stencil. I'm going to try to be really careful with it, since it does have some little delicate areas, namely mostly just the borders. Okay, and I'll set that stencil aside and I'll clean it up a little bit later. Okay, so now I'm going on to the second stencil. So I'm going to start with orange, and we're going on to orange, which I've selected for Sherbet. Next one down is a nice blue shade on my second stencil. So I'm using the color Cadet, getting that blue on there. And then the last color on the stencil looks like it's the lighter purple. I've chosen Lilac for that. Just getting a couple of these other spots that look a little bit not even. Okay. Peel up this stencil. Oh, it looks beautiful. Look at that. And then these colors will dry back a little bit, so you'll be able to see the different colors. They're just a little bit hard to differentiate right now. So it looks like I need yellow for this first one. So I'm using the color Zest. Okay. And then the last color down here at the bottom is the light blue. So I've picked Marine. I think it would be really fun if you had like two colors for each end of the rainbow. So maybe it was like yellow over to orange, and then the next one up was like orange over to yellow. I think that could be really fun. Okay. And then I think I will do, well, the heart's kind of hanging off the end, so maybe I'll just reposition it for where I had it. Oh, look how fun that is. I just got a couple little gaps, like where my stencil wasn't quite right, but that's totally cool. I can fix that later. I'm going to bring this up and just get that kind of recentered. And then I can do my sweets color again, just to bring in a little bit of pink. I was concerned I would not have enough pink, so here we are. Well, maybe there's some, brightness because I have some white cabinets, but clean? Ooh, I'm glad the camera is not showing the rest of my craft room right now. Get that edge and just fix that yellow because that's bugging me. So I'll just come in here and just put a little more yellow down just to fix that little white edge. Hopefully that'll be enough to fix it. Oh yeah, that fixed that right there. I guess I could do the same thing with that purple. So I've got a white gel pen that I can use, but also I think it would be beneficial to use a paint pen. I totally succumbed to the acrylic marker set that people kept talking about. So maybe we'll break that out. I have yet to break it out yet. Or yet to break it out yet. But look at this. 48 acrylic markers are what the colors look like, but we're definitely going to need white. And then I've got enough shades here that if I wanted to, I could put details on other areas of the rainbow. But let's get our address on here first. These came with a little book that's in the back here. It's a drawing pad with different colors of cardstock to try it on. So let's just try this white one. Although I think you just have to, oh, you just have to pump it to get it started. Oh, that's nice. Okay, that was easy. The pen stopped working. Come on, pen. There we go. Oh my word. See, there you go. Okay, here we go. I like the white so much more, although it is, you could still see a little tinge of the orange underneath. Whatever, I'm not going to be super picky about it. Let's do postage stamps. Although before I do that, I want to fix this little spot right here. There we go. No, I'm getting distracted. Popsicles, popsicles. Okay, which popsicles? That one or that one? I think I like this one. Okay, before I press it down, is it straight now? Okay. So when I do Distress Microglaze, I have a blending tool that's dedicated to it. And look at this, I'm clear at the bottom of my jar. Fits perfectly inside. All right, and I'm going to avoid the postage stamps. We're just putting this all over. It's kind of the consistency of lip balm, and it just puts a coating on everything without disturbing anything underneath and makes it water resistant. I'm avoiding the postage stamps because it does put a coating on everything, and then the post office can't cancel the stamps when it goes through the mail. So that's why you want to make sure you don't go over the postage stamps. So then you take some paper towel and you kind of buff it off. And sometimes it takes a little bit of color off. So you've got a little tiny bit of blue there. Okay, so here is today's envelope for Cindy. She wasn't in the chat, so she has no clue that, you know, this envelope is coming to her. Or maybe she was shy and wasn't able to comment. I'm not sure. But I like how this turned out. I like the kind of like mistake that happened over here turned into an opportunity. to like add some more detail, and I like those different tones of blue. I think that turned out really, really cute. So that's the envelope for today. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you check out the links to the supplies down below. Once again, the stencil I used today is the Happy Rainbow stencil from Simon Says Stamp. And I'll see you all in another video very soon. Thanks for watching.